Good evening. Thank you once again for tuning in to TGM Television. Thank you, my Facebook Live crew, for tuning in to our Bible study tonight. It is Maximize Your Life with Pastor Marcus. This don't really have nothing to do with nothing, but it's Super Bowl week here, and as you can see, I had to represent a little bit. I'm sorry. I had to do it. But anyway, it's all in good fun. All in good fun. Tonight, I'm going to continue. We have been on a change series at the church on Sundays, and it has been extremely well. I intended to go to a new series starting this month, but God kind of led me back to the whole concept of change. So tonight, we're going to kick off the Bible study going into February, coming from Ruth chapter 1, verse 14. And as I said, we're still on the concept of change and maintaining that change. It's 2018. All the time that you spent, all the time that you wasted in 2017 is gone. Now, what are we doing in 2018? The book of Ruth, chapter 1, I'm going to begin at verse 15. I'm going to read it. You guys can follow along. My Bible does read just a little bit different. All right, it says, then she said, behold, your sister-in-law has gone back to her people and her gods. Return after your sister-in-law. I'm going to give you the backdrop in a minute. But Ruth said, do not urge me to leave you or turn back from following you. For where you go, I will go. And where you live, I will live. Your people shall be my people. Your God shall be my God. Where you die, I will die. And there I will be buried. This may the Lord do to me, and worse, if anything but death parts you and me. All right. I want you to say this after me. Say this after me. Say, I'm not going back. Say it one more time. I'm not going back. All right. That is the topic of tonight's lesson. I'm going to give you the backdrop of the text that we just read. Naomi, right? It's a woman named Naomi who has a husband, who has 2 sons, right? All right. So there's a famine in the land. So they moved to a place called Moab. And I'm going to deal with all of the scenery and all the biblical terminology. We can get that at another time. But tonight, I kind of want to lift what it is that we kind of dealing with. She moves to Moab with her husband and 2 sons. Her 2 sons married 2 Moabite women. Then her husband died. Right? All right, she's dealing with that. Then her husband died. Then after her husband died, her 2 sons died. That right there is enough to send anybody over the moon. So she's telling her 2 daughters-in-law, the 2 women that her sons married, she says, hey, listen, y'all go back home. There's nothing left for y'all. My sons are dead. My husband is dead. Y'all not going to stay with me until I have 2 more sons to marry them. So you might as well go back home. So the way that the story goes, one, Orpah, she decides to go back to Moab. But the story really takes a toll when Ruth says to Naomi, stop telling me to go back. I don't want to go back. I'm staying with you. All right. And so from that, it really just kind of stirred inside of me the fact that this girl wanted to stay with her mother-in-law. Right. And come on now, let's just be real. I was married at one point, and I'm not saying nothing against those in-laws, but sometimes, in-law relationships, sometimes they be kind of tense. Sometimes they don't be as tight as you want them to be, Sometimes they be kind of, but this her mother-in-law. Her husband died. She want to stay with mother-in-law. And so first I want to highlight the fact that disappointments happen. Sometimes bad things do happen to good people. I want to kind of deal with that because sometimes we think or we feel like because we doing good, because we doing right, because we trying to be better, that things still won't happen to us. And I want us to consider that just because bad things happen to you does not mean that God is punishing you or working against you. And so first I want to talk about dealing with disappointments. I want to talk about that. I have a whole lesson on dealing with disappointments, but I want to kind of just highlight just a couple of things, a few things as far as dealing with the disappointment in our life, because we don't like it when God starts working something in our life that we did not plan. We do not like it when God starts doing stuff that we never factored in to our schedule. At this point in my life, I'm 32 years old. At this point in my life, I can look at my life and say, man, I figured I would be doing this at 32. I figured I would be here at 32. And here's the kicker about dealing with disappointments, because if it was something that I could plan for, I planned to hit my target. But what happens when something happens that is beyond your control? What happens when things happen that are beyond your reach, beyond anything that you can stop, anything that you can change? How do we handle that? Sometimes God will do some things in our life that shake us up. We don't like it. We don't like it when God rearrange those things about our life. We don't like it when God twists and turn, make you turn left when you was trying to go right, make you go straight when you was trying to go to the left. We don't like it when God starts doing different stuff in our life. But the understanding is that I learned that disappointments are God's detours. I'm going to say that again. Disappointments are God's detours. I had to learn to thank God for the doors that he opened as well as the doors that he closed. Why? Why do I have to thank him for the doors that he closed? Because the doors that he closed were doors I was going to walk through, but didn't realize it until the door got closed and time passed that door was not meant for my life. Sometimes we want things, right? We want things for our lives that we feel like will make our lives better. But actually and ultimately what God is saying is that's maybe what you think you wanted, but really that's not. Have y'all ever got into a relationship? I know I'm not the only one. Come on, don't make me feel like I'm the only one that got with a person who I felt like that this was going to be the it. This was going to be baby. This was going to be future. And then get with baby, get with future, get with my boo-boo sweetheart, my love of my life, and realize, man, this, come on. I know some woman out there that got with a dude, and you thought this was gonna be your dude, your man, your baby, this your ride or die right here, and all of a sudden you get into it and realize, boom, that's not the one. And you know what? I had to learn this about God, that sometimes God will allow disappointments to hurt us in order for us to get it in our mind that this is not for you. And sometimes I think that we take our disappointments so personal, so hard, that things didn't work out the way that we wanted them to work out. But if the truth be told, the truth is that God closed some doors. He made you feel a disappointment in order to detour your life from something that would have blown up 10 years down the line. And so I look at it like this. Would I rather deal with disappointment at 2 years, or would I rather get invested in 10 years and realize this is not something for my life? So I had to start learning. Disappointments are really God's detours. Over time, you realize that the disappointment wasn't to hurt your life, but the disappointment was there to help your life. Is there to help you. Instead of focusing on the things that didn't come together like you thought, consider that God may be working another plan. And so we got to learn to simply trust that God is working something despite how we feel in the present moment. I think us as Christians, man, have the hardest time just getting over how we feel about some stuff. Getting over that this didn't go the way I wanted to go right then. And then being able to say, you know what, God, I still trust you anyway. You know what, I'm going to trust you anyway. I'm going to trust you anyway. I'm going to trust you. We got to learn to trust God anyway. All right. So here's the next thing. Here's somebody else, somebody said something. Thank you. What you got? What you got? Accept what God allowed. That, you know what? That's a song. I love the way she's singing too. But that's the truth. That's the truth. If God allowed it, then you just need to go and accept it. You know, if God allowed it, go on and accept it. Go ahead. I want you to hear that. Boy, nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. You got to pray that prayer a lot of the time. All right, and so walking in the lesson, first we deal with disappointments. The next thing, and I want us to really highlight this because going into 2018, I want us to catch this, that Naomi tells Ruth to leave. Ruth decides, I'm going to stay connected to you. I want us to start to evaluate the people who we choose to stay connected to in 2018. I want us to think about that. The people who will you choose to stay connected to for this chapter in your life? Who? Because I'm going to tell you right now, there are some people that are not good for your future. There are some people that are not as productive as you need to be for your future. I look over my life and I look at 2017 through 2016 and I have friends, but there are some friends I can't afford to hang out with like I used to because I'm trying to go somewhere. Ruth decides I'm staying with Naomi. She realizes off the rip, I'm staying with Naomi. I'm gonna say it like this. There was a time in my life a few years ago. I had got to a new church, and many of you know I play the bass guitar, and so I was trying to change and rearrange some things, get some new opportunities, right? So I get to this church. It's a lady. She's a real good music instructor. I'm not gonna call her name out, but she know who she is. And the time came for me whether I had to choose whether I was going to stay there or whether I was going to leave. Yeah. And what I discovered was being around this woman just made me want to be a better bass player. Yeah. Being around this woman made me want to get better, made me want to do better. What that said to me is, this lady, if I don't stay connected to her, my next move is not going to come. Yeah. There are some people who we are connected to pull us into our next place. Yeah, and I had to realize that if I would have severed that connection, it would have completely been detrimental to my life. The understanding is we have to know who to stay connected to, and we have to know who to disconnect from. In 2018, if I can tell you anything, let me tell y'all something, and you may not believe this. Every single blessing that you're going to get this year is going to come through somebody. Believe it or not. Every single blessing, and I know, some of y'all looking at me like, he don't know what he's talking about. Every single blessing you get this year is going to come through somebody. Every single blessing, every single connection is going to come through somebody. Now, here's the thing. Just like your good is going to come through somebody, I guarantee you some negative will come through somebody too. I guarantee you some people are there just to hold you in place, to keep you from moving as forward, to keep you from going as high as you could go. We need to know who to stay connected to and who to disconnect from. Here's what I love about this story is that the circumstance slammed these people together. And beyond their control, slam these people together. Ain't it funny how God sometimes puts you in the right area with the right people? When you start letting God rearrange some things in your life, and we talking about change, putting ourselves on the path to where God can get the most glory out of our life, to where our lives can be the most productive so that we can be the most successful. When you put yourself on the path, all of a sudden, things start to gravitate to you. Yeah. Believe it or not, being on the right path, going the right way, things and people naturally gravitate to you. Here's the text. The text says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and what? All of these things will be added. What does that mean? That means things are going to start seeking you out when you get where you're supposed to be. When you get connected, that's a good one. That's a good one. When you get connected and you be where you're supposed to be, things will start. I start asking God, God, what is this person for? What is this person? Is this person to make me greater? No, this person not to make you greater. This person is for your future. This person is to make your future greater. And I had to understand that. I had to understand that God sends things in your life to enhance and make your life better. That's right. When you put yourself on the path. All the blessings that's gonna come through your life are gonna come through somebody. It's important to connect yourself to the right people. Now, here's the thing. The thing is that sometimes God uses pain to force us to disconnect. Catch that. Sometimes God uses pain to force us to disconnect. Look, there were some people who I would have stayed connected to had they not continued to hurt me. Had I not ran into a situation where it completely devastated me and I had to make a decision. Either I'm going to stay sad and stay with you, or I'm going to be sad for about 2 or 3 months, years, however much, but I will smile again if I leave you where you at. Sometimes pain will force the disconnection. And check it out, check it out, check it out. What Naomi thought she thought she had a husband with 2 sons and that was going to be the rest of her life. But God had a different plan. I want you to catch that. God had a different plan, and it was pain that caused the shift. Catch it. Pain caused the shift. And we are going to talk about that pain with Naomi. On Sunday morning, we're going to catch Naomi up. We're going to catch her up. But right now, pain caused the shift. Sometimes God will use pain to shift you away from some people, shift you away from some habits. Look, you better say that. So many people that I talk to find themselves in the situation, and these Reverend Marcus, why would this happen to me? I pastor a church. Why would this happen to me? My response, God is shifting some things in your life, Pastor. God is shifting some things, and he had to use pain to do it, because without the pain, you would have never moved. Without the pain, you would have never disconnected. Without the pain, you would have never thought it through. You understand what I'm saying to you? Tonight, I'm saying God sometimes uses pain to make us make the changes that we need to make. The shift came through the pain. Go ahead. What you got to say? If you have comments, leave them below. I do respond. Go ahead. Don't put anyone or anything before God. I like that. Okay. We rolling past it. All right. Pray and seek out productive connections. You can write that. Amen. Pray and seek out productive connections. One of the things I decided for my 2018 that I did not do in my 2017 is to pray and seek and search out those connections that pull me forward. And here's the question: does this connection drain more from me than it adds? Does this connection add more to me than it subtracts? I started praying and seeking out those connections that would help pull my life forward. That it was okay for me to be great. It's okay for me to invest in myself and chase my passion and business partnerships who were going to help me not go backwards or stay in the same place, but who were going to force me to think different. People who were going to force me to push myself forward, give me deadlines, hold me accountable for things that I knew that I needed to get done. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? I'm talking about moving forward in your life. Moving forward in your life. God has to shake up some things sometimes in our life in order to get us to move. That's right. No pain, no gain. All right, we at 1842. All right, moving. All right, connections. Pray and seek productive connections. And finally, here's what I love about Ruth. Ruth does not make no excuses. She just decides this what I'm gonna do, and she stick with it. She didn't say I'm gonna try it, and if it don't work, I'm gonna go home. She like, you know what? I'm with it. I'm doing it. I wanna impress some on your minds. We at the end of January, and I'm sure somebody said that they was going to start doing something this year that they're about to quit doing. I'm sure somebody said that they was going to do something, but I need you to do this. I need you to make the choice and stick with the choice. I need you to resolve. There is no plan B. I told the church on Sunday, look, you looking at me right now, and you can say, Marcus, what is a TGM television? That ain't nothing. I guarantee you the time is going to come and you're going to believe, because I believe. I want you to know something. There is no plan B for me. It's either this or I'm going to die trying. And we got to learn to stick to what we commit to. Stick to what we commit to. She says, you know what? This is not something I'm gonna just test out and see. And then if it don't work, I'm going back. That's what's wrong with us. We're not really committed. We conditional. If the conditions is good, then I jump. If everything working out, if it's looking good, then I do it. No, I need us to be committed to our change in 2018. She said, you know what? Where you live, I'ma live. Where you sleep, I'ma sleep. Where you die, I'ma die. Whoever your God is, that's gonna be my God. I wonder how many of us have resolved to be who we gonna be in 2018. I will be better in 2018. I'ma die trying. I will change some of those habits that are unproductive, or I'm going to die trying. I will be more productive this year, or I'm going to die. There is no plan. There is no other way for me to live my life. She was like this. You know what? You telling me to go back. Stop telling me to go back. I ain't going back. Say that. I'm not going back. Look, I already know what's in 2017. I know what's in 2017. You know what's in 2017? Unproductivity. The same stuff that I left. I already know what's back there. I ain't trying to go back to Moab. Go back to what? You know, when I told God this the other day, I said, God, I'm so far out on faith. If I quit doing this, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with myself. What? I don't even know what else to do. At this point, I'm so far out on faith. And this is the thing. I was watching this movie. I believe the name of it is Gattaca. And in the movie, there's a guy, a son who was naturally born not as strong as his brother. Yeah. He's naturally human. They engineered his brother to be dominant in everything. Yeah. And so what they would do, they would swim. They would take off on the beach and they would swim. And so the brother that was naturally weak would always lose. He would always lose. And the naturally genetic brother, he gonna win because he's made for this, right? And so as it happened, they would go out, they would do it almost every week, and the weaker brother would lose. And then finally, the time came where they got grown, their lives took them off in different, took them this man this way. And so years pass. And so the brothers come back, they meet each other. And so they talking. So you know how brothers do. Hey man, remember I used to beat you all the time? All right, come on, let's go do it. Now the weaker brother, he says to his brother, all right, we finna do it. So they out there swimming. They swimming. Normally the weaker brother, he start falling out, but he's still going. He's still going. So then the engineer brother, he starts getting tired. He looked at the brother, he said, brother, how are you doing this? How are you able to do this? How are you able to keep swimming? And the brother looked at him, he said, I'm not saving nothing for the swim back. Y'all didn't catch that. Y'all didn't catch that. He said, I'm not saving nothing for the swim. See, what the brother had been doing, he had been swimming until he get tired, but he got to swim back to shore. But this time he said, you know what? I'm leaving it all out here. And I'm telling you, I need us in 2018 to say, I ain't leaving nothing for the trip back. I'm burning all the ships back to shore because we either going all the way or we going to die trying. That's my thing. My thing is, for 2018, I'm coming for it. I don't know who this is for tonight, but I'm coming for it. I'm coming for it. And I'm not going back. I'm telling you right now, if you waiting for Marcus to slip, if you wait for Marcus to turn around, if you wait for Marcus to say, you know what, this ain't for me, you might as well forget it. This is how it's going to go. Either I'm going there or I'm going to die, period. Either I'm going to see my vision come to life or I'm going to die, period. And this is the only way I need us to be committed. She says, I'm going with you. Stop telling me to go back. Stop telling me you know what? That's how we got to tell those habits. That's how we got to tell that laziness from 2017. Stop trying to get me to come back. I'm different now. I don't want what's back there. Stop telling me to be unproductive. Stop telling me I don't need to get up this early. I do need to get up this early if I want to see my vision come to life. This is what we got to be committed to. We got to be committed to the change. And look, somebody gonna make an excuse. I don't know what to do. Where do I start, Minister Marcus? I don't have the money to do what it is that I feel like I'm called to do. I don't have the time. I don't have the. No, you got it. All you got to do is start right where you are.
Right.
Start where you are until you can do better. So what, you ain't got no money? Let me tell you something. I believe in TGM so much. It's not about me. This is just to help you. I believed in TGM so much. I didn't have a car.
Yeah, that's right.
I had a lame bank account. When I say lame, that mug was lame.
Yeah.
A lame bank account. I didn't have a car. I didn't have no money. I didn't have nothing. All I had was a belief. And I started working where I was, and I decided, you know what, this is it. This is where my life is going. And if this is not it, something gonna have to come. I'm gonna figure it out along the way. This is Ruth. She says to Naomi, Naomi, I don't have all the answers, but I do know one thing. I'm gonna commit to this. This is not something that I'm trying. I'm going all the way, no matter what. I wonder how many of us not just committed to God for 2018, but committed to you. How invested are you and your dreams and your ideas and your visions? Don't you know that there is more? I hear God. I'm gonna tell you offline. I hear God. Don't you know that there is more? There is more for you. There is more for you in this earth. There is more for you in this earth. There is more for us. How long are you going to sit around and say, you know what? I gotta wait for the perfect conditions. I gotta wait for things to fall in place. I gotta wait till my money get right. I gotta wait for this. I gotta wait. No, you ain't gotta wait for that. All you gotta do is trust God enough to take that step and commit to it. Stick with it, stand on it, and go for it until something else happens. And if don't nothing else happen, then you stand. My daddy, he would say it like this: I'm going forward, and then when I can't go forward, I'm gonna stand there and mark time with my feet. Because I ain't turning around. I'm trying to get it. Make the choice. Stick with the choice. There are no excuses. Do what you can do right now until you can do better. And so this is tonight's lesson. I want you to say this after me. Say, I'm not going back.
I'm not
going back to 2017. Forget 2017. It's done. It's over. It's done. I'm doing something new in 2018. And guess what? I'm not going to stop doing it. It's so crazy. It's so crazy, right? It's so crazy. People do not get it. They don't understand. Like, Marcus, what happened to you? I'm going to tell you what happened to me. I caught the vision and I grabbed it. Look, and this is what he said. I'm done. I'm done. He says, let me go. Let me go. Jacob, let me go. Jacob said, I ain't letting you go until you give me my blessing. I want us to catch that, because look, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but you got to stay committed. I ain't letting go until I get it.
That's it.
I ain't going back. Amen. With that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. There is more to come. Maximize your life. Check out our website, www.thegodmovement.com. We are a church of integrity. Look, this ain't something what you heard about. This ain't about me trying to get famous. This is about me trying to inspire somebody. So please share this. Follow us. Connect to our ministry on Facebook, The God Movement, on Instagram and Twitter, _God Movement. Be blessed. I will see you on next time we going offline. God bless you.